Next module we are going to study is module 5. Module 5, the chapter here, it consists of 3 chapters. First one is analytical learning. Next is combining an analytical learning with an inductive learning. Next we have an reinforcement learning. So the 3 chapter we are going to study now in module 5. So let's see one by one. So we know that in the previous chapters we have studied about an artificial neural network. We have also studied about the decision tree learning. So this artificial neural network and decision tree learning, it uses an inductive learning method. We all know that what is meant by inductive learning is if some of the training examples or attribute values are missing in an database, then the machine is going to assume itself, and then it is going to perform the processing and thus provides the classification or prediction. So thus we say that our artificial neural network and a decision tree learning, it uses an inductive learning which uses a training example in order to achieve the given level of a generalization accuracy. Means the neural network decision tree learning, it uses an inductive learning where the main agenda in an inductive learning is to perform the generalization. It is nothing but the prediction with a greater accuracy by considering what? By considering the training example that is present in a database. So this is an inductive learning. So as a whole, if I say, in the previous chapter we have studied a variety of an inductive learning methods. So the variety of an inductive learning methods we have studied. So this generalizes from the observed training example by identifying the features that has been present in a training examples. So if I consider the complete database, a database consists of a training example. The training examples in the sense complete rows, the number of the rows that is being present in a data set, it is nothing but our training examples. So the machine is going to consider this training example, then it is going to perform the generalization with a greater accuracy. So now this generalization, it is being performed by identifying the features that is being present in a training example. So here the machine is going to consider both the positive and the negative examples in an inductive learning. So positive and negative example in the sense, it is going to consider, if I consider in a database of an enjoy sport, then if S is given as a final target concept of an enjoy sport, then it is considered to be as a positive example, and if the enjoy sport is no, then it is considered as a negative example. So some of the examples of an inductive learning is decision tree learning, neural network, next is genetic algorithm. So all these are an example of inductive learning methods. The practical limitation or the key practical limitation in an inductive learning is that it performs poorly when there is an insufficient data is available or when there is a scarcity of the data being present. So understand, the first topic, it is about the introduction of an analytical learning. In an introduction of an analytical learning, we are going to study about, first is inductive learning. Next we are going to study about the analytical learning. Now what is meant by inductive learning is, so we have already studied our neural network, we have already studied our decision tree learning, so and we have also seen about a genetic algorithm. All these are an example of inductive learning. Now what is meant by inductive learning is, the machine is going to consider the training examples from the database, and the main important thing here is considering the training examples from the database, and it is given to a machine. The machine here is going to perform the generalization, and thus it gives the prediction with a greater accuracy. So that is about an inductive learning. So the main drawback in an inductive learning is it performs poorly when there is an insufficient data or when there is a scarcity of a data. What is meant by insufficient data? Insufficient data, it is nothing but some of the attribute values is missing in a database. So that is called as an insufficient data. Now you can see the diagram here. you are given with a training example or the database to a machine, and the machine is going to give the target concept, that is a final predicted output it is going to give here. So this is about an inductive learning. So understood, in inductive learning, which is a main thing, the training example is given and you are going to get the accuracy and you are going to get the final target concept with a greater accuracy. But what is the limitation here? The limitation here is that it doesn't going to work, or it works poorly when you have an insufficient data. Now what is meant by insufficient data is some of the attribute values are missing or some of the attribute values are replicated. So this is known as insufficient data in a complete database. Now let's see what is meant by analytical learning. Analytical learning is a one, it uses a prior knowledge. Analytical learning, it uses a prior knowledge and a deductive reasoning. I'll say what is meant by a deductive reasoning. So just understand, analytical learning, it is nothing but it uses a prior knowledge and a deductive reasoning. Both of these are augmented together, means combined together or added together in order to get the information that is being provided by a training example, so that it is not subjected to the same bound. So understand, an analytical learning is the one, it uses a prior knowledge. Now what is meant by prior knowledge? Prior knowledge, it is nothing but the domain knowledge or the domain theory. Suppose you are given with a database of an enjoy sport. We know that we had 6 attributes of an enjoy sport database, that is sky, temperature, humidity, wind. So all these attributes we have seen it, right? So if I consider this database, we had 6 attributes. Suppose if I give the explanation about these attributes, like sunny. So suppose if I consider the sky, about the sky I am going to give the explanation. Sky consists of 3 attributes values, that is sunny or rainy. So like this I am going to give an explanation about the database. So that is going to form a domain theory. So this is about the domain theory of an enjoy sport database. If I consider a database of a salary of employees that is being present in an institution. Now the salary of an institution, first initially it should consist of the name of the people who are working there, then their designations. So all this explanation it is given, and that going to form another domain theory of the database of a salary details of an institution. So domain theory, it is different for different databases. So it is different for different applications. So this analytical learning, it is going to use a prior knowledge. Prior knowledge in the sense that is a previous knowledge about the database or the explanation about the database. Or you can say that it is going to use the domain theory. Domain in the sense what? Domain, it is nothing but a certain field, right? Suppose if I give an explanation of a particular field, then it is called as a domain theory. So if I give an explanation about the physics, then it forms in one domain. If I give an explanation about the biology, then it gives another domain, correct? So all the domains are not same. So the same way, the domain theory, it is different for different databases that is being considered depending upon the application. So this analytical learning, it is going to use a prior knowledge, and it is going to use a deductive reasoning. So what is meant by deductive reasoning? So deductive reasoning, it is nothing but a logical reasoning. It is based upon the facts. So we know that whereas an inductive reasoning or an inductive learning, it is based upon the pattern. Whereas an deductive learning, it is based on facts. So it is based upon the facts. Now analytical learning, that's why it is also called as an explanation based learning. So why it is called as an explanation? Because the machine is given with a training example in a database along with the explanation of each of the training example. It is given as an input to a machine learning system in order to predict the output. So that's why analytical learning, it is also called as an explanation based learning. So in explanation based learning, a prior knowledge, it is being used in order to analyze or explain how each observed training example satisfies the target concept. So this explanation is then used to distinguish the relevant features of the training examples with an irrelevant features. Now we are going to distinguish the relevant features and an irrelevant features. What is meant by relevant and an irrelevant features? Relevant features in the sense which is needed to our database, and irrelevant is which is not needed to our database, means which is not needed in our example. So that is known as a relevant and an irrelevant features. So that an examples can be generalized based on logical reasoning rather than statistical reasoning. Yes, so logical reasoning in the sense that is deductive reasoning, which is mainly based upon the facts. Now explanation based learning has been successfully applied to learning search control rules for a variety of planning and scheduling tasks. So it is being used everywhere where you have planning and scheduling. So understand, so this is a diagram of an analytical learning. So in an analytical learning, along with the training example and a data of a database, the explanation of each of the training example is given to a machine in order to predict the output. Whereas in an inductive learning, you are just giving a training example where an explanation is not given to a machine in order to predict the target concept. So as a whole, if I define what is meant by analytical learning is, analytical learning, it is mainly based on the prior knowledge. Prior knowledge, it is nothing but it is based upon the domain theory of each of the database. It is based on the deductive reasoning. So deductive reasoning, it is nothing but it is mainly operated based upon the facts. It is also called as an explanation based learning because we are giving an explanation of each of the training examples as an input to a machine in order to predict the output. So analytical learning thus uses when there is a scarcity of a data or when some of the attributes are missing in a given database. So when we are going to use, so we know that what is the drawback of an inductive learning? In inductive learning, it operates poorly when you have a scarcity of a data or when there is an insufficient data. Whereas an analytical learning, we can use it even when there is a scarcity of a data or there is an insufficient data or a missing data. So what is meant by scarcity of data or an insufficient data is some of the attribute values are missing. So attribute, suppose if I consider an example of an enjoy sport database, so attribute value that is sunny, if it is missing, one or warm, it is missing in my database, then based upon the explanation, even if the attribute is missing, explanation will be present. So by considering that, I am going to work it. That is a specialty of an analytical learning. So thus we say that analytical learning reformulates the learning problem itself by considering an explicit prior knowledge as an input in order to analyze or explain each training example in order to infer which example are relevant to the target function and which are irrelevant. These explanation enable it to generalize more accurately when compared to an inductive system which depends upon the data alone. Whereas our analytical learning, it doesn't depend only on the data, it also depends upon the explanation of the data. So that's why we say that analytical learning, it is going to reformulate or change the learning problem itself by considering the explicit prior knowledge that is nothing but a domain theory as an input. Now next, let's see the example of an inductive learning and an example applied to an example of an analytical learning applied to the chess game. So I hope you understood what is meant by inductive learning and what is meant by analytical learning. You also have to draw the diagram of an inductive learning and also the diagram of an analytical learning.